Hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Farm Sim 15. And we are back on Volksholm. And this is, of course, Volksholm Second Edition version. Well, never mind the version. Let's just say it's the only version we're going to ever download again. No, it's version 1.2, actually. I don't know that there was a version 1.1 or even a 1, but this is version 1.2 of the Second Edition. Yeah, and it's a good thing it says it when I light the map up, because that old Byface, he can sure make a map, but he's sure slow on updating anything. I actually found out that this was a different version of the Second Edition by going through the comments when I was looking for a particular trigger and wanted to know if somebody else had come across it yet. And, well, that's when I realized the first time around there just wasn't that particular the trigger, and in this version there was. So last time we had actually left off with our harvester, finishing off our first field of crop here, and I said, oh well, more than likely it's all going to fit, so we'll just wrap it up here, and next time around we'll start on the other field. Well, I may have been close, but I was no cigar, so we're going to empty out our buddy here. And then, then maybe he'll be able to finish and we can go to the other field. I have added, oh, we're not running at the moment, of course. I have added another Universal Process Kit mod. One thing I really like about this map, and one of the reasons I do keep downloading new editions, as big as they are, oh, and they are, oh, I'm trying to start him up and get him moving, and of course what he really wants to do is just empty out, so why are you not doing that? Come on. Pipe in, turn on harvester. It is on, huh? Yeah, it's on. Oh, start dumping, that's right. This guy only auto does it if you're sort of in the middle of a run. Otherwise you do have to, in fact, hit a key. There you are. That was certainly complicated. Anyway, the other UPK mod that I added is a small factory that will turn wood chips into wood pellets. For those of you that maybe live in really warm climes and don't quite know what a wood pellet might amount to, they're used in a thing called a pellet stove, which is a more efficient form of a wood heating stove, generally used for house heating as opposed to cooking. And yeah, the pelletized wood, it's not a extremely cheap way to go, but it is very efficient for the amount of volume that you go through. You produce a lot of heat, and because they are compacted, and you can save yourself a fair bit of money. I'm not sure how they are resource-wise, like if you're actually going to end up using more than you would with, you know, just your standard, what we call stove lengths. I have always used that method myself. I have many times lived in places where wood heat was your best and sometimes only option. But at any rate, so yeah, this little factory, and it is fairly small, will actually convert your wood chips into pellets. And once you do that, you can get more for them. So, I'm not sure how much the increase is. I haven't actually used it yet. But I'm going to hope it's substantial enough to justify having picked a little spot out for it and pulling it down. It's not a terribly expensive mod. I believe it's 14K. So, yeah. Compared to things like the biodiesel plant, which runs you, you know, a couple of hundred, or let's say lighting up your BGA after you use the BGA extension mod, which is again not only a couple of hundred, but a couple of hundred and a half, i.e. over $250,000. No, sorry, it is 10,000 shy, I believe. So, of $250,000. So, not cheap, not cheap. This little guy's 14K, and he is in fact, I believe where I placed him was right beside the bioheat plant. I figure that's convenient enough, right? We would be taking our wood chips there anyways, so we will take them the extra 16 feet and dump them into that facility, and then when they have been enriched or embiggened, for those of you that may follow that, we can sell them for a pretty penny. So, last row. Nice. And then we can indeed move on to our other field. At which point, I think I will probably hire up Billy Bob Fred to finish this particular exercise, and we'll go look at some other cooler things. So, let's pipe you out. There we go. Take our little bit of cannoli. Now, of course, this is a game because we, okay, I was going to say, I sure hope they have an entrance into that, or that's going to be one huge waste of a grass field. And we know grass is a valuable commodity when it comes to farming, so. Yeah, what a day. I just called the building manager to go downstairs and see if perhaps my poor downstairs neighbor had passed away or something. His car's there, but his dog's been barking since, oh, I don't know, 9 o'clock this morning. It's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And generally I hear him growl and shut up, Jack. The dog's name is Jack. And the dog shuts up, but not a peep. So, and apparently there's no one home. So, if you hear a dog barking in the video, I promise you that is not my cat. It's in fact someone else's dog. So, alright, Mr. Harvester, good job. Well, actually, I guess I was in the pilot seat, so. And offload. Ah, that's actually kind of neat. I think this is the only harvester I've run in that does this, and I have used this before in. Well, actually, come to think of it, I don't think since FS13, but I believe it might have had the same function then. Alrighty, pipe in. And away we go. Off to the next field, which I believe is a barley field, so cool. Have a couple of new tractors sitting up in the corral as we are indeed just darting this map once again. I think this is the 3rd episode in our 2nd edition map. And the first 2 were basically just setting up the farm, so yeah. Not gonna expect much more than that for the moment, I'm afraid. So what do we have here? And is our straw swath enabled, more importantly? Because straw is money. And, why do I not see such a thing? Do I need to go to here? No, I don't. Maybe this just would have the option to turn it off. Maybe that's the difference. Oh no, here we go. Enable straw swath. You actually have to be cutting a little bit of straw, apparently. And that is... Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Zakama. Disable straw swath. No, thank you. I think we just straw swath away there, buddy. And yes, that's what we like to see. Okay. Carry on there, Billy Bob Fred. Didn't mean to sit on your lap. Let's go grab our tractor. Notice there's a little bit more pop-in on this map than there was on the 9 first editions. And no, by face it, by chance you ever do watch my videos, I'm not going to quit bugging you about that. As appreciative as I am, believe me, from the bottom of my heart, for such a wonderful map with so many cool things going on. It has been trying. And speaking of trying, How many of you that have your own channels and do anything to do with Farming Sim, how many of you have been getting spammed by somebody who's going, well, yeah, but if he only gets 5,600 subs or whatever the heck it is, he'll release a map, and it's going to change the way Farming Simulator is played. Well, I gotta tell you, I actually found the guy's Facebook site and said, look, you know, you want to maybe call your friends off to quit spamming everybody's YouTube channel? And naturally, I got a relatively rude reply. I was told to get real. You can't control what other people do. But, you know, I don't have a big channel, and I've worked at it really hard for a couple of years. But would I resort to blackmailing people, going, yeah, I'm not going to give you my new map unless you guys get me 200 more subs? Yeah, I don't think so. I just somehow that, you know, just doesn't sit right with me. And because my channel got hit more than once, I think 3 times I had messages. Now, twice YouTube actually recognized it as spam and blocked it, but I read those just for the heck of it. I just don't allow them to be posted. And sure enough, it's exactly what it was. The same, okay, why did I just disconnect on my trailer, man? You do dump grain here. Ah, right. This isn't a side tipper. What am I thinking? There we go. Well, this one is a belt-fed butt tipper. Whatever you call them when they feed out the back. I don't know, guys. Come on. You know I'm about as far from a farmer as we're probably going to get on this channel. Alright, good job. Oh. Don't be going all squirrely-durly on me. The only reason I'm jumping out and grabbing these coins, by the way, there we go, is I'm curious as to whether he's lit up the map this time in such a way that when you hit 10, it'll show it on the mini-map. Now, it worked that way every other time, but then the next time he logged in, it'd all be gone. Because what I have noticed is it's not the same coins in the same places. So he did actually bother to either move them, or I haven't run into the mother lode yet. There's like 5 scattered around the farm and then one pile of 95. It wouldn't surprise me. I've actually seen a couple of map reviews on YouTube where the coins are sort of stacked like 15, 20 at a time. So, yeah. Alright, let's hop back up the hill here, shall we? And first thing you'll notice, we've got a flat deck hooked up to our truck. That's because I was going to take our little lead here and drive him down to where he's going to do us the most good, which is of course at the biogas plant. Now this is also a mod. Unfortunately, I haven't really decided at this point whether I'd recommend it, and you're going to see why it's a mod in a second. There you go. Yes, indeed, 4-wheel steering as opposed to articulated. Much easier to handle. Why am I not sure I want to recommend it? Well, it is, for a machine that size, and with tires that big, with treads you could basically crawl into with a sleeping bag and get a good night's sleep, well, it has an issue. It thinks it's on an ice rink. Yeah, it's... I mean, I know that they did some weird things to the physics in 2015. You know, as much as I am a fan of this game. Oh, the other thing cool about this, it uses the original controls for the forklifts. Like, everything isn't backwards like it is in everything else on 2015. Yeah, I can really dig that, you know. But, it is, as I said, an incredibly slippery-wheeled little mod. I don't think the authors quite got the weights and balances in check on it. And that's not really going to fit in there, is it? Not in particular. See if we can't distribute the weight a little better. Set that there. Alright, good enough. That looks pretty good to me. We will, of course, slam on the old parking brake on that thing, because I can only imagine how you would feel if you're zipping down a nice quiet country road following this truck and going, wow, that's a really neat piece of gear, and all of a sudden that piece of gear comes flying off the back of the truck and turns your personal automobile into so much tin cannery. Yeah, I know, I for one would not be a fan. So, this is a game. This looks exactly like the in-game trailer. As far as I know, the difference with it, it's about somewhere between 1.5 meters wider. So yeah. Which means you can actually fit things like this without having to balance over the edge and go, oh, I hope I do not to fall off. So we'll run him down. Oh, actually, before we do that, there we go. Let's have a look at some of our gear. Here's our skidder. So when we get into some forestry, we'll have some decent gear. A nice John Deere skidder. Cool piece of equipment. And we've got our little class Zarian 3000 here with the crane arm on it. Don't think I had those guys in place the last time. As for tractors, well, we have some new tractors. In fact, we have some really interesting stuff, including one of my all-time favorites from 2013, the JCB. And did I leave my interior lights on? Oh man, I hope the battery isn't dead. That's not the JCB. That's the 7250 with the front loader attachment, of course, which we have used before. Alright, but here we go. We got a nice little JCB. Seems to work really well. Now the reason I liked this tractor so much in 2013 was the fact that, and this may sound weird for something that's absolutely virtual as this stuff is, but it had the smoothest acceleration and the nicest ride. You know, like the screen didn't shake the heck all over the place when you hit bumps. You could actually see the tractor would react on the suspension, and oddly enough, they seem to have nailed it again. I love it. It's a great little guy. Goes pretty good. Hauls like a bear. You know, basically it has, you know, some nice features. It's got an IC to open doors. Anything in the back? Yeah, we can open the rear window up and down. And what do we got over here? Left mouse button. Missing speed mode. Oh, I see. I guess you can put some kind of limit on it or something. But of course we have the drive control mod, so we can use that. But yeah, we have this wonderful, wonderful little tractor. Like I said, I've been a big fan of this one since 2013, and they did an awesome job. I mean, the interior looks good, the exterior looks really good. So, yeah. And just like the original, she got a real fat little bum on her. You know, you almost think that the rear wheels on this thing were out of scale. But, see what I mean? Yeah. The other one we have, well, can't say as I'm that impressed with that. It's all there, but because they chose to go with the same color, it just doesn't look all that great. But the detailing is definitely there. And that's this guy, this nice Fendt 936. So, and we will, of course, take him for a spin. And then just to keep all the fans of this particular, and you can see that's not right. We need to unfold the front forks. So let's do that. We have this beautiful little John Deere. So, yeah. And it is an 8370, which means it is a bear for power. Because one thing I have noticed when I use John Deeres in this game, they never seem as powerful as their counterparts, which is strange, because I'm sure that they in fact are. But they just never seem so. Again, detailing really nice, really nicely done. Now you'll see that just a couple, well, I guess there's actually only, yeah, there's two. Just a couple of different colors on there really made a difference, eh? You know, the pin's a slightly different color, and I think they've done a little bit to the lighting on it. Either that or it's just a more reflective paint. But anyway, if we hop back in here, and we can see this also has an IC. We have the usual things like doors Sunroof? No, no sunroof. On this side we have open front arms, which is actually what I wanted to do because she do look a little bit weird, don't it? And we can open our back window as well. So, yeah. Now let's jump back out here and have a look. There we go. When you do open them up, they certainly do have the attach in the right place and all that happiness. Excellent, excellent. So there we are. That's some of the new stuff we've got. Meanwhile, back in Paris, oh, I'm stuck on the fence. That's always embarrassing. This, yeah, look at this giant slurry tank. Isn't that cool? It's actually not slurry, it's water. And it contains so far 1%, 3,550 liters. So, it will, over time, collect groundwater and rainwater to, I believe, a total of like 75,000 liters. Again, it's a mod you can find on Mod Hoster. It is a placeable. There's also a water pump that comes with it, and it is a part of the UPK, the Universal Process Kit. So, it's not cheap. It's about 56K, I believe. So, the water pump, I think I actually put down... not sure. Yeah, that's okay. We've all been there before. We know if it wasn't for a bad memory, I'd have absolutely none. So, let's go see how we're doing. Now, I'm going to assume with a hired worker, he's capable of pushing the particular key that unloads. Aren't you, Billy Bob? You fret of a dude, you. I mean, you managed to turn the beacons on. There you go. Oughta be with things. That's the way to do her, man. Yeah, if we just jump in and have a quick looky-boo here, we can see that tractor actually comes in a reasonably nice package. The John Deere I'm talking about. Oop. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to buy something. Oh, boy. The Fendt comes kind of oddly enough in like 8 or 6 different configurations. They are all a 936 Vario, but we have the I think this one is the washable version, or that one is. Then we have a twin wheel version of each. Wow, that's I'm hoping that's just a picture and that the twin wheels don't actually look that bad. I just bought the single wheel. We have the BB Vario, and that's actually what I bought. Same horsepower, same all of that, just not the stock Vario color. And if we carry on, this is the John Deere package. We have the 8370R, the 7810, the 8430, the 8530, and the 8530. I'm going to assume one is clean, one is dirty, maybe? I don't know. Beyond that, I don't see any real differences. And there's our JCB. Really nice, the Fast Track 8310, which I believe is exactly the same unit we had in 2013. If we go to placeables, I can show you here. This is a new add-on to the ROS mod, the Rosenthaler mod. You can actually drain out your water now. Before you couldn't, there was no way to empty that, I'm assuming at any rate. So, because here's the pump to get water in, and then I guess because the same trailer works for the fruits as it does for the water, it's just when you park it beside the pump when it's empty, it turns into a water trailer. When the trailer's empty, it will turn back into a... where the heck are they? Well, I guess they're under tipper mods. It'll turn back into a normal tipper that will carry all of the fruits from the trees. Of course, before, you can't dump water out of a trailer. There's no allowance for that in FS15. I don't think there was in 13 either. So this allows you to. It gives you a trigger that allows you to offload. Very cool. Good thinking. Personally, I find it's just as easy to spend the $7 grand or whatever it is to buy another one of the cheap little trailers that work for the UPK. Now, here we are. This is our wood pellet from the Universal Process Kit. This is what I just recently added. So yeah, you can produce wood pellets, you can sell the wood pellets to the factory. And by the factory, of course, they do mean the bioheat. So we'll let him finish unloading. Now he's parked too close to this one for some reason. I don't know why. And how's he doing? Must be getting down there. Oh yeah. Ooh. And done. Alright, Billy Bob, get on with her, boy. We got 10,000. 10,000. I guess we need to start thinking about getting the straw off the field. So, let's shut him off and head back up. Oh good, I did remember to shut that off. That's probably a good thing, you know, because you can only imagine this guy probably uses a heck of a lot of fuel. So, because we are, of course, starting this map again, I don't, whoa, boy. I have not used any gas. This is a heavy little loader. Of course, I suppose a large front or a large wheel loader on a trailer like this, I guess you'd expect it to weigh a fair bit, wouldn't you? Alright, so if I remember rightly, the biogas should be just up the road. If we ever get a chance to actually get on the road, there we go. Ooh, I should have maybe gone for the slightly more horsey powered truck. I do have another one that's almost identical to this, but it has the extra axle in the back, and I think another 100 or so horse. So there's our biodiesel, looking all shiny and new. Okie dokie. And again, I don't want to get, I know this truck will go like the wind. I think he tops out at like 90, but with this much weight, always better safe than sorry. Oh yeah. No, I just don't want to turn too sharp. Okay, there's our composting plant. Whoa, 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 whoa. In no way she was going to stop in time. Yeah, that's the compost. Which is quite a neat device, and I'm sure we will be making use of that. I'm just noticing there is a road out, so we can get in a little closer. Yeah, it's good. Hey, dude, stop! Wow. That's a truck with a lot of forward momentum. So yeah, here we are. This is the compost master. And, kind of keen on getting this thing going. Although, like I said, I was really, just about jumped right on the belts. I was a little disappointed to learn that all you can do with the compost actually is sell it. Like I said, I was really hoping we could simply put it on our fields. I mean, that is, after all, what compost is all about. Is getting it onto the fields and making them more productive. So, but by the same token, I suppose that would have just been another FERT trigger type thing. We can use solid manure, liquid manure, pellets, you know, spray. So this would have been, you know, option number 5, compost. So hey, maybe this is okay. After all, I don't think there's anywhere that will actually buy any of the other fertilizer types, and you can't really produce them. I won't say that. You can actually produce them at the biodiesel. Okay. Yeah, this has changed since the last version, eh? This used to actually be where the compost thing is. And they've moved it down the road. They've also changed where the in-outie gates are. So here we go. Please open, thank you. Alright. Lovely. Oh, well, that's kind of nice to actually have it down at ground level. I'm impressed. Alright, let's pop the ramps. Hop out of the truck. And let's get in our loader. And take the e-brake off. Alrighty. Okay. Very, very nice. There shall we park you right over here. Right over there. Here, I'll just give you guys an example of what I mean. And get her up to speed. Give her a turn. And you can see she's, whoopsie, just a little hard to control. Now I am also, keep in mind, running that. I have a rear weight on her. She goes a lot quicker without it, but she's also even more snaky. See what I mean? I mean, yeah, you could have great donut making capabilities, etc., but I don't imagine that's really good on the equipment. Big stuff like this, doing donuts. And it seems to actually have a not too shabby grip here in this parking lot, especially compared to what it was when I first bought it. I kind of think the shop parking lot might be a little extra slick. I'm not sure why, but it seems to be. Alright. Job A well done. Now. Alright. Good to see when I come over here that it's not asking me for $240,000. I wasn't sure if I had actually left the VGA extension mod out. But as far as I know, there has not yet been an update to it. And my issue with it was that once you drop the 240K, you no longer need to do anything. The idea was supposed to be you would actually have to be more involved with your VGA to make it work, just as you would in real life. It's not a fire and forget kind of deal. However, it works that way, as I proved on 2, possibly 3 maps. All you're required to do was throw the money at it, and then if you hit time fast forward, make yourself several thousands of dollars every day. So, yeah. And that was with not even owning so much as a liter of slurry or anything else that it would eat. So, yeah. I figured we'd maybe wait till it smartened up a little before we bothered. So. Alright, this is the garden center. And, oh, okay. No, that isn't what I thought it was. I'm just curious, supposedly we can buy seedling pallets here. So I'm just having a quick look-a-boot to see. No, typical garden fare. Now, from the picture I saw, it looked like it was just sitting right out in front of these somewhere. But I don't actually see it. Did I get all the way around the furthest one? I think I did. Did I not? I did. Okay. So, we apparently have everything else here. And there's a well for water. Okay. Well, I don't see it, but that's not to say that it isn't so. It could, after all, be those here, and we're just not seeing them. Okay. I will look further into that. Maybe we can buy them at the shop. I'm not sure. Not sure. So how far from home are we? I keep forgetting how far this guy drifts. I actually wanted to take that particular turn off. Before we hold up too much traffic. There we are. And, oh good, we haven't managed to miss the harvester quite yet. So that guy's where he should be. Now, there's the field we've done. How's our harvester doing? Yeah, I think we got enough time to run up the hill and park the truck. He's... Ooh. Looks like he's on his last row and he hasn't metered us. So I got a feeling he's going to finish all of the barley without any kind of hep at all. Which is alright. Quite alright. And here we are, back on the farm. I like that you don't have to make that sharp turn right at the top of the hill anymore. That's a nice improvement. Because that was sometimes a little questionable. Slammed into the cow fence many a time. So we have another small flat deck there. That's just basically for you know, moving tractors and such, and then we got this nice big guy here if we have to move harvesters or well, there we go, harvesters or skidders or whoa, anything that's a little oversized. Or I guess not our skidder because it's kind of tractor sized, but that's only because in real life, although I am used to skidders and have in fact driven them, they were, well, closest comparison I could think of was a D9 Cat that I used to drive. Quite a big machine, because I don't live in an area that is at all agricultural in nature. Fishing and forestry are our big industries here. I don't see much in the way of really big tractors. I mean, we see big excavators and things like that, of course, but most of the time the logging gear will exceed pretty much anything you will see in this area for agricultural gear. I've seen lots of Case tractors, lots of John Deere tractors, lots of Cat, but they are, I don't know, maybe about the size of you know, the Hurleyman, or more like the T4 probably. Fairly small tractors, right? But we see big forestry gear, really big forestry gear. It would amaze you, absolutely amaze you. So that skidder only looks not that big because most of the agricultural gear here we run is just ginormous compared to anything I get to look at on a daily basis. Alright, Mr. Harvestar. Okay, you get a little bit sloppy on this field there, Fred. You know, little clumps at the end, and yeah. Not bad. This is not terrible. I have the Xbox 360 version of Farm Sim 13, and one of the reasons I do not play it that often is because the hired helpers do not work properly. They leave strips at the ends of the fields, like triangles, where they just sort of, you know, get to the end, and rather than doing any sort of backing up or anything like that, they just simply turn and come in. Say that's where they were going to cut. They'd come in about here, drop the gear, and then slowly make their way there. Now we're actually getting the full cut. You know, see, you get these 60-foot strips for every row they would cut or sow or cultivate or anything, it seems. So yeah, having these couple little clumps at the end, I am not going to call that terrible. Now, Billy Bob, did you hang around? You did. Thanks, buddy. Wow, dude, I appreciate that. I really do. Huh. Nicely done, dude. But, reality of it is, get lost, pal. I'll take over from here. Thanks. And up snout. On machine. Crank that off. Because we have somewhere for you to go, sir. We're actually going to fold this header up. Pipe in. Oh, right. moment. There we go. Pipe in, harvester, fold-a-voo. Nice. Alright. Up we go. One thing with this harvester, if you don't have it in four-wheel drive, you'd swear it was broken. Because them big treads up front, I think they're doing about 70 miles an hour. The harvester is doing 14. So, yeah. Get a little better grip here where there's uneven terrain. It's like it was made for that. But as far as, you know, you shut that off. And it actually decreased in speed there until it caught back up. But if we come to a complete stop and then start, see how slow we're going? That's because that, look at it, there's smoke coming off the tread, man. By the same token, if we put her in four-wheel drive, we'll notice that she's up to speed almost instantly. So yeah, big difference. If you're going to use this one and you go, what the heck is wrong with this thing? Just throw her in four-wheel drive. She'll Scooby right off on you. But at the moment, we need to take her way up the other end of the whole thing. There's our fruit looking good. Our little greenhouses. Okay, there's the pump for the greenhouses. And like I said, when you park your little trailer beside that, it'll actually turn into a water trailer. Kind of neat. And then I put a drain right there. So that's how those guys work. They are simple placeables. But where we gotta go, way up. It's actually pretty good. This thing doesn't lose a lot of speed on this hill. And let me be the first to tell you, this is a real happy hill. Like, it will challenge things. This has changed too, eh? They've actually made quite a few changes on the map this time. It's kind of neat. Kind of neat. I do like it. I do. I mean, I've been a fan of this map for, I think it was, what, the first, nope, not the second. No, I think this was actually the first converted map we went to. Alrighty, we're almost where we need to be. Oh, you're slow, buddy. I suppose, though. And 21 kilometers an hour for a machine this size, that's actually probably pretty darn good. And I know most vehicles that have rubber treads, as these appear to be, as opposed to steel tread, like tanks have, I don't think you want to go super duper fast, because you can, of course, mess those treads up really easily, and they are never cheap. Let me tell you, never cheap indeed. So we got this wheat field way the heck up here. Well, that's what we're doing here, in case anybody's curious. There we are, all unfolded, so let's unfold our head. I'm not sure. I wonder if those silos are usable this time around. I know last time they were strictly decoration. They were the same as the in-game silos, but they did not work. They didn't have a tip point. So, well, let's get you started up, and then I gotta head back to the farm, so we're gonna hire up Billy Bob Fred, get me some wheat, make me some straw. You are on straw making mode, aren't you? There you go, that's what I like to see. Alright, Billy Bob, be good. You, we need to take up the hill and offload. And there we have, our first two fields are harvested. We are on our way to fame and fortune. Geez, I think this poor little 850 class 850 is can be one of our smaller tractors, at least as far as power goes these days. That's okay. That's okay. Is this going up any? Oh yeah, 4,400. Alright. Carry on. Of course, we do have a well right here, but yeah. Yeah, this class actually struggles a little bit with this Crescendo trailer. We've only got, what, 16, 17 ton on board? I suppose it's a bit actually. Only? Yeah, we've only got about 9 Volkswagens in the trailer. Alrighty. Dump it blue now. And there we go. We get our first bit of, can I look through under here? No. I'm gonna look at it from the top. Alright, so we got, silly silos. 19,000. It's just bloody get out and look at it. Well, here we are. 19.3 and 11.5. Ha. Well, we'll have to see how we do with the wheat. But that's not bad. 19,000 on the barley, that'll get us $1 or $2, or maybe a mission or two if we choose to go that route. Seeing as the missions are no longer absolutely stupidly ridiculous. And we might as well take this guy up the hill as well. That will be where he's needed. Although, I'm thinking... Yeah, I know, most of you just switched off. But I'm gonna, in fact... Yeah, I think I'll do that. I think I'm gonna grab one of those slightly more chug-chug-chug type tractors. Something with a little more poop and snapping. And no, that's not French-Canadian. Yeah, something just a little more donkey. Yeah, look at it. Poor little thing. It looks like a baby sitting in here. But no, that is a full-blown 820 Axion. So, I'm sure by nobody's standards, a small tractor. Let's try the big Johnny D. Johnny! Alright. Have you got a... You do have a weight on there. Well, of course you do. I fixed the... fixed it so you had a weight going on, didn't I? This also twin wheels up on us. Pick the tractor. This also twin wheels up on us. And... Well, I'll be guppied, eh? That's weird. I can see how they ended up getting that, thinking that looked smaller. Did you see that? At certain angles, it does actually look smaller. It's almost like it's not quite set. I don't know. That's just me. I have no... Whoa. See? Never take my word for anything. I need to know backwards from frontwards. So how would I know big from small? Alright. Well, it kind of looks a little, oofer-sized. I don't think we actually need the, twin wheelies, to be honest with you. Ooh. Wow, does that ever make a difference in the way a tractor looks, eh? So, maybe once we get a little bit of weight on here in the field, we can go back to twin wheels. But I think for now, we should be good. Alright, up the hill you go, dude. And I think with that, folks, we are going to call her an episode. We have a lot of work ahead of us. I'm going to, I think off screen I'll cruise around the fields with our big M500 or K500 or whatever the heck that absolutely wonderful sized mower thing that we have that holds 80 billion liters of grass will get us, and see how we make out. Hey man. 41%. Okay. Let's not leave them running. I just want to make sure that he's not having any sort of issues. As I said, this is a reasonable little bit of a hill. It doesn't look that bad, but as you can see, we're not, we are not on the level here. And downhill might be easy, but uphill can always be a bit of a scunge. Especially when you have to start at the end from zero. So, but he looks like he's doing fairly well. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. And I'm thinking, what are we at here? 50%? Well, no, we are going to have to empty him once. Because he's about a row or two shy of being halfway. I'm going to disengage the four-wheel drive. I'm going to re-engage the four-wheel drive. Yeah, that's how much of a difference it makes. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Alright, next time around we will pick up a little bit of straw, I should think. And, yeah, go from there. I do have something to pick up straw, I'm sure. Somewhere. Somehow. Did I buy a forage wagon? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? We're taking this video down due to copyright infringement on the Ferris Bueller's Day Off show. And I really, really hope you all know who the heck Ferris Bueller is. If you don't, get yourself a copy of it, okay? It ignited an entire genre of film. So, but there you go. This is, yeah, we do indeed have a wagon, as you can see. This has been Species 7. Please hit that like button if you liked the video. Leave a comment if there's something you want to see, something you want to just say to me. That's fine. I do try and answer every single comment, providing they're not spam, etc. Ask me to please promote your channel. I will answer your comments to the best of my abilities. Till next time, guys. Take care of each other, folks. This is Volksholm Second Edition. Yeah. Ciao for now.